what's going on, y'all? This is your boy Nerdboy Q again. So, what you're looking at is my second iteration of learning SelfCAD. So, one of the things I said was I really enjoy doing like figurines and characters. However, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try something I had never done before. So, this time, I know this looks like nothing, but the minute I change the view, yes. Yes. So I wanted to try the architectural approach. So this is a floor plan of an apartment. You know what? I can actually take the top view and hide. Let's highlight it. Boom. That is the layout. So one of the things I learned, okay, so usually when I use my modeling tools that are like desktop based softwares, because you got like so much range to play around, it's you can get lost in all the buttons. But I took so many classes, so now stuff just starts to make sense that when I transition to something new, now it's a challenge and I got to relearn all over again. So what I do, like to keep myself sane, is keeping copies of every point of the design. So the final design is this one, and that is the final clean design. So I didn't put like chairs and all that stuff in there. I just put the basic walls. I put the kitchen sink. I put the stove in there. I put the washer and dryer, which are right here. The water heater, the tub, the toilet. Yes, I even put the toilets in there. So I'm trying to get a good angle. So like, yeah, here's the tub. Here's the toilet. Here's the sink. So, and these are closets. So this is a walk-in closet, blah, blah, blah. And this is the balcony. It's a wooden balcony. And again, if you look at, and let me make sure I save this as golden. Yeah, let's do that just to be safe. So what I did with this was, like before, I got the floor plan. So you'll notice, if I hide this, let's hit the top view, and you notice this outline that's there. This was something I came across that I think can help a lot of people because it definitely helped me. So what this is a floor plan. That's a layout. So let's do this. Let's hide this. Okay, and we're going to start from scratch. And I'm just going to do a brief overview of it and show you how I got here. So interestingly enough, you can draw, right? But you almost want to click sketch because sketch to a lot of people means like precision and blah, blah, but it's not actually the case unless there's a tool in there I'm not aware of. This is what I saw. So I use Freehand, right? So here's the thing. What this does is it draws an SVG, which is just a 2D line file. And then you can create a 3D model from that. So obviously this floor plan is drawn at at like this weird angle. Like you notice it has like the lighting coming in from the window, and this wall looks slightly warped as opposed to this wall. So I had to play around. But what you want to do is you want to go to Freehand, and then you want to click on this square. You can click on any of them, but this is the one I found that helped me the most. So I clicked here, and the magic is down here. So if you scroll down in this pane, a lot of the older tutorials, they have a different view down here, and it's changed a lot. All that is, only difference is from what I've seen online and what I've used is before this was all one big thing, and now it's hidden into different setting drop downs. So I guess they just want to like consolidate that list. So first thing is you want to go to your fill settings, and under fill settings you want to click here. Make sure you click top bottom, and holes. What does that mean? What that means is when you go to create a line, which I'll create in a second, when I create a segment, it won't just make a empty square. Like I clicked on square, I'm gonna create it in a second, but it won't make an empty square. It will completely fill that square so that you get solid walls, for example, for this floor plan. So that's the first part. The second magic part, height settings. I originally had mine for 25.4 millimeters. That's an inch, relatively, like that's an inch in millimeters. So I just want to start off with an inch in height. Just because I believe most floor plans are like an inch or two tall. When you go to like see an apartment or a home or architect, and usually like that for each floor is maybe like an inch or two, just so you get a good idea if it's like a small model. If it's a big scale model, then it's a lot bigger, obviously. But you set that height. What this means is when you draw these lines, when you rotate your view, it'll be 25 millimeters high. Right? It just rounded it up, by the way. I know I said 25.4, but it won't let me do that. Then the next piece, the biggest piece is precision settings. This is the biggest part. Now, what you want to do is click minimum step size and minimum angle size. Okay, so step size is the steps here. So before we looked at the grid and you'll see like we had X amount for the dimensions. Let's say it's 100 by 100. That means the minimum step size from one segment to the next, which is from this line to this, you'll see a jump. So each of mine is 5, so it jumps 5, 10. That's 10. That's the minimum. If I drop this down to 5, you'll see it'll jump like that. One, boom, boom. And I don't know if you can see that small dot, but it'll jump there. So minimum angle, what does that mean? Good question. Good question. First of all, again, another key part. This precision drop down is the biggest part of this. You want to snap to shapes, grid, and vertices, and guides. Why do you want to snap? Because you want everything to be a perfect square. You do not want things to get messed up. Cool. So now you can get started. Now you can finally say, okay, and you see how that dot is kind of like jumping everywhere instead of just floating around? It's because I put that minimum step size. Okay, so cool. So what you do is you start here. So how the square works is you do 3 steps for each square. So or each rectangle or square. So you start with your start point, you click, and you go down. And see how when I move it around, it snaps to these angles? That's 15 degrees. It's a lot easier to do that than to look at it and it says, like, you say your minimum angle step is 1 degree, then you might mess around and you might not have a clean straight line. 15 is very easy to see, and you can get decent angles with that if you want to do like a corner, like in the kitchen area, you'll see there. So I come down and stop relatively where I think it should end. Remember I said the walls are slightly skewed in this design, but then I click and then I come out. Now, here's the thing. That's going to go out 5, right? Now, if you want it to be smaller, you can click escape if you don't want the square, and you can make this 1. Right? Now, see how it looks like it's floating, but it's still snapping. You probably can't see it, but it's still snapping to the different vertices on this grid. So, and the vertices are these little nodes. So they're lines, and then there's nodes, okay? And those nodes are called vertices, or that's a vertex point. So you click, come down, 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 come right here, boom. Now you want to slide left or right. I'm going to slide right. And you'll notice the width change. from 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, to 17. Cool. So what you want is, I don't know, I did 2mm walls just because I wanted it to waste as little filament as possible. So then I click. Boom. Now I got this line. So why does this matter? Good question. This matters because when you go a step further, usually what you would have to do is use this tool called the boolean tool or the stitch and scoop. And I'll explain that one in a little bit. But instead of doing that, you can just make this one big floor plan. So start here. And what's nice about this, you can snap it directly to that corner. Snap it, boom, drag it all the way over here. Boom, up, up, 2mm, boom. Now notice here, it opens that wall. So now there's a corner. There's a solid 2mm corner now. So now you can do this around the whole floor plan. So let's do this. Boom. Go up, go up. Boom. We want everything to 2. Cool. Boom. Boom. 2. And you can keep doing it. Now I'm gonna do one room just so you can get, and you guys can get an idea of what it would look like, because it's gonna look weird because you're gonna get this weird red line. And I got nervous the first time I saw it, but it's not bad. So just bear with me. I'm going to make you a nice little room. Now watch this. Oh, this should actually stop here. Okay. And you get 2mm. I'm gonna go here. Go across. Let's just stop it here for right now. Here and 2, and then go here. Now watch this. Click, go over 1, 2, boom. Notice that red line? Okay. That freaked me out the first time I saw it because I thought that something was wrong. Nothing's wrong. It's just highlighting an interior wall, but it's not going to matter. So let's just close this off for consistency. Boom, boom, boom. Close. Okay. Let's go here. Boom. I'm trying to see if I can get this perfectly. Boom. That's good enough. 2. Boom. Oh, I can't see it. It's not letting me see the view. That's another thing. So here's another thing. For some reason, when you're in this view, you can't click and drag like you normally would and just shift everything over. You would normally, in the object view, you click shift, hold shift, and click at the same time. You can drag it around, and then you can see. But here, I saw this weird trick where if I zoom out of the place that's too close and zoom into the place that is too far. So let's do this. This is too far, all right? So you'll zoom into that, right? So I want to zoom in here. So I zoomed out here on this side and zoomed in. Notice every time I do that, zoom out, zoom in. It moves me further to the right. Zoom out, zoom in. So now I want to go back to the left. Zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. Look at that. Now we're back at this spot. So what you want to do is try your best to zoom in the middle. At any rate, let's finish this. Boom, boom, 2, and boom. Oh, let's do this. Boom, and 2. Yeah, boom. Okay, now you got 2 interior areas, right? No big deal. Now, once you've done this, now you want to hit this check. What this is going to do is this is going to confirm your design and create a profile. So you're going to click this check to confirm, and it's finalizing your drawing. Now you're looking at it. Now you can go back to your shift and pull around like you normally do. And you're gonna zoom in and it doesn't look like anything. And you have this nice outline that just kind of shows like the overall square. But then when you click control and turn, ugh, beautiful walls. Beautiful walls. Okay. Now, one thing is you want to put doors in, right? I just put the squares in most floor plans. You see like this little line that goes inward towards a wall, and then it's like an angle. I didn't do that. I just went with a regular open door. So what I did was I did Shift Q and default values. So this default is 100 by 100 by 100. And right now, this doesn't really matter. You know, your height of your floor plan is 20, and doors aren't usually as high as the wall. So let's make it a little bit shorter. Let's just say, I don't know. Let's just say, oh, we said 25. Cool. So let's just say 20. That's a good solid. Okay. And let's just decrease this width by, I don't know, let's make it 10. Yeah, that's cool. And then make the 20. Cool. Let's change those. Let's reverse those 20. The width and the depth 10. Cool, cool, cool. And the height is 20. Perfect. Confirm with this check mark like usual. Boom. Now, what you want to do to create your walls, and we're gonna do something. We're gonna do two different things. Another thing I noticed, if you want to copy, hold the control key. I'm using a Mac, by the way, so this might be slightly different, but hold the control key. Once you click on that object and highlight it, you see the check mark. You click, control, click, and now you duplicate it. And what's nice is it'll highlight it once you duplicate it to say you're in line with the next piece. So we're gonna put this here. Okay, so we'll put this in the wall. Boom. All right, I'm gonna show you why I did that. So right now we're gonna act like, yeah, we're gonna act like this is where the washer and dryer are, right? And what we'll do is even more fun. Press S to scale, and now we're gonna drag this in. Cool, 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 cool. So now you can see the washer and dryer. Press M to move, or you can just click move. Drag over here. Okay. And then I want to duplicate that again. Oh, another nice way to duplicate, click on Tools, Copy Offsets. So it's going to copy it and you create an offset. So let's say I want to move this to, what are we looking at? X. Let's say positive direction. Let's just say forward. And I say copy. Cool. What's going to happen is it'll copy that 4 millimeters to the right. Right? So let's say that's not far enough. Okay, cool. Just increase it. Say 6. Copy. Still not far enough. Always undo. 10. Cool. That looks nice. That looks nice. And then always, if you want to do it again, you can just copy it again. It'll do the same increment. So this is how you get like even spaces between things. So now, okay, cool. We'll just say that's our washer, M to move and drag. There we go. That's our washer and dryer. And obviously the washer and dryer should be a little bit shorter. So let's press S to scale and drag them down, let's say about 13 millimeters. Yeah, that looks about right. That's cool. Then we'll take this door and there's a door right here. So let's do this. Let's move this. Drag, drag. And we already gave it a decent height. Yeah, that's good. And now, that's a little bit too wide for that hallway. That door can't be that big. So you scale, drag it in, drag it in. Cool. Cool. Now, here's the fun part. Two different ways to do. So usually what people do is group. Grouping and a boolean modifier are two completely different things. What is grouping? So grouping is, okay, I take everything in there, right? I highlight this, and this, right? And I say, let's see, deform, tools, utilities, blah, blah, blah. I cannot find it. Settings, edit. Oh, edit. For Apple, it's that Command key G. I think for Windows, it might be Control G. But it'll show you up here. So then you just click group. Now, one nice little tool that SelfCAD has is a 3D print tool. So you click 3D print. Normally what would happen is you click 3D print and you then select a printer, right? I've already selected my printer, so when I click on this, it's just going to bring up the layout. So my printer is in here. It's going to bring in the layout. So now you see the grouping, right? Now what I just designed is ready to be printed. So then I go in here, I click slice. What slicing is, for those who don't know, that prepares your designs for 3D printing, for your 3D printer to read it. It generates the G code, and G code is just the code that the 3D printer can read to create your models and print them the way you need them to be printed. So this is slicing, right? It's slicing this into different layers, and you can adjust this. For those who've used slicers before, you can adjust this like you normally would. High precision quality, infill, blah, 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 support, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. So now you got your floor plan. All right. And if you want to see it layer by layer, there it is. Look at that. You got your infill in there. Look at that. And your design is ready. And this is how you can see it directly. And if you need to generate supports, if you want to generate a raft, all that is here. Now, and you can save the G code and send it directly to your printer. So that's a nice tool to, verify the health of what you've done. But this is supposed to be a door. This isn't supposed to be joined with this wall. So now we got to undo that because that's not what we wanted. So now we got our different meshes. What we want here, we want to click this and this. So the wall, the layout, and the door cut out. And you want to click stitch and scoop, or B, the letter B. And you want to click difference. There it is. So then you click select object to subtract. What do you want taken away? You want that door cutout taken away. And right now so obviously we drew the layout. We can always rename it, but we drew the layout. So we want to subtract the door cutout. And then it'll do a nice preview for you. Boom. Look at that. Now you got a door. That's beautiful. Okay, cool. So you click check to confirm, and now you got a nice door. And let's let's unify all our pieces. So now you got your washer, your dryer, and your layout. And you want to click stitch and scoop, and you want to click union. And there it is. Now it's one big piece. Click check to confirm. Now, all right. And then you go back to your 3D print just to verify everything looks nice. Okay, and then you click slice. Wait for it. Oh, you can already see. Now, don't be fooled. Sometimes your design was not designed well, and you always should at least test it here first. And it's nice that SelfCAD put this in here, so you can do a quick sanity check just to make sure that your model is correct. Now, what do I mean by your model being correct? That is a great question. With 3D printing, sometimes you'll put pieces together and the solid view looks perfect. It looks beautiful. But once it's finished slicing, you'll see that you'll have to go layer by layer. And just sometimes it doesn't take much. You just drag that cursor down just to make sure your layers are coming out clean. A lot of times, if you mix things incorrectly, it'll be very obvious, and there'll be holes in your preview. So, like you notice here, when I now that it's done slicing, you can see the lines in the wall. So here's a solid view, right? It looks like one smooth thing. You click slice. Yeah, now you can see the layer lines of what it'll look like when it actually goes through an FDM printer or regular 3D printer. And you drag this, drag it down, drag it down. Ah, beautiful, beautiful one. Ah, there you go. And now you got your infill. Your infill is just your support material for inside and voided areas. That's what infill means. That's what infill is used for, excuse me. So you just dragged it down. Oh, all your layers look good. Now, just in case, always, always save copies. If you see mine, I have duplicates of everything. I got the layout, and I have floor plan backup, floor plan backup 1, that's a copy of floor plan backup. So each iteration, you'll notice differences. So like here is what we just worked on. So let's get rid of this. Yep, okay, cool. So this is where we started, all right? And then when I was designing, I got here and I created all my walls. That's how I got all my walls. And then, click hide. Oh, gotta highlight it first. Click hide. Okay, cool. Then I got from there to here. And everything I just showed you is exactly how I got this layout. The exact same way. Um, I even did the little, so at this apartment, we had a balcony. And we had like this rail design on the ends of the balcony. So I just added that as simple as possible. And yeah, it definitely printed. If you want to see my final prints, you can go on my manufacturing and look up my name, NerdBoyQ, NerdBoy_Q. That is my name on my manufacturing, and this model should be up within the next 24 hours because I think they're still going through their software check on my design. But yes, this is already printed. If you follow me on Instagram at nerdboy_Q, NERDBOY_Q, you'll notice that same design. It should have been on my stories recently, and I have some other designs that I've printed recently. But yeah, you guys want to see, feel free to check it out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for keeping up with me. Thank you for bearing through my mistakes. I'm trying to learn this as I go. So I appreciate y'all, love y'all, and y'all keep printing.